Hello and welcome to Dateline Lagos on Channels Television. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Coming up on the program, Lagos State moves to prevent fourth wave of COVID-19. State government enlightens residents on health insurance. Lagos Mortgage Board holds stakeholders forum on maintenance and safety at Anthony Enahoro Housing Estate, Ogba. And 680 fish farmers get fibre boats for their business. We kick off the show with health issues that concerns everyone. As the festive season approaches, the Lagos State government is already taking steps to prevent a potential fourth wave of coronavirus by implementing strategies to mitigate the global pandemic. Let's listen to the Deputy Incident Commander of the state, Professor Akin Abayomi.
The Lagos State government has warned of a possible fourth wave of COVID-19 infection in the state, identifying the volume of inbound passengers coming into Lagos for Christmas and New Year festivities, low vaccination, and the anticipated social activities in the festive season as potential triggers.
Before we used to have sample collection sites in tents around the...
Commissioner for Health, Professor Akin Abayomi, who disclosed this at a press briefing on COVID-19 response and mass vaccination strategy, says the state government is currently implementing strategies to prevent and mitigate a possible fourth wave of the deadly virus.
The third driver of a fourth wave will be our social interactions. So we know it is a festive season. We know people are coming back to have social activities, to enjoy Lagos for what it is known for. The city of twilight, a city of social activities. But we have to be careful around this period because COVID is still with us. And we don't want a situation where, as a result of festivities and merriment, that our loved ones will end up in hospital and being very sick. So the Lagos State strategy against the fourth wave, or what we call the fourth wave mitigation strategy, is based on 4 pillars. The first pillar there is the vaccination strategy, and we're currently hovering just under 2%, but Mr. Governor has promised since last August that within a period of 1 year, we would have vaccinated up to 30% of Lagosians, which will give us some degree of protection against subsequent waves. The next strategy is to keep our testing rates high and in fact increase them. So we are making sure that we are available for testing both in the public and the private sector to all Lagosians. The third strategy is to be very strict about the arrival of passengers into Lagos, and that all passengers arriving will adhere to. So we've done our modeling in Lagos and in Nigeria, and we realize what are the triggers to our waves. And in so doing, we've been able to try and put together some idea of a strategy.
While explaining further, the Commissioner says noting the waves of COVID-19 have been caused by influx of inbound passengers from other countries into Lagos, and the state government is determined to strictly enforce the new international travel guidelines for vaccinated and unvaccinated inbound passengers.
The guidelines that have been set forth by the Presidential Steering Committee in Abuja, the task force that evolved into the Presidential Steering Committee on COVID-19 response. And they have laid out some very clear guidelines that we must follow when passengers are arriving into Lagos or anywhere in Nigeria. And the fourth pillar is essentially our management through the Safety Commission, through the Ministry of Health, and through the Ministry of Justice, is to manage our social gatherings and to make sure that we comply with the standard regulations of social distancing, personal hygiene, respiratory hygiene, and adequate ventilation in gathering spaces. So let's move to our vaccination strategy. What we've done so far is we've been able to vaccinate up to 2.67% of the Lagos State population. That is a far cry below the target that has been set. But as you all know, access to vaccines is difficult, and the federal government and Lagos State are doing everything in their power to make sure that we gain access to large volumes of vaccines and that we're able to roll out those vaccines. Now, what is the evidence? It is not hearsay. It is not wishful thinking. We've done our research, and we're in concert with the rest of the world that the vaccination strategy that is being rolled out globally is an effective strategy.
The Lagos State government says currently 2.67% of its population have been vaccinated with 2 doses of the COVID vaccines and hopes to administer 8 million doses of COVID vaccines to 4 million people by 25th of December 2021.
Still on health, this time the state government is enlightening communities on the need to register under the State Health Insurance Scheme, Ilera Eko. The Enlightenment program has been taken to places such as Alimosho, Agege, and will spread across all local government areas. Let's take a look.
Lagos. The commercial nerve center of Nigeria has a population of over 20 million, only a fraction of whom are aware of the state's health insurance scheme known as Ilera Eko. To increase its coverage areas, the state government is visiting the various local government areas, and one of such is Alimosho. The Office of Civic Engagement, in collaboration with the State Health Management Agency, have brought together community leaders within Alimosho and residents to educate them about the benefits of the healthcare package.
A healthy nation, it is said, is a wealthy nation. This is the reason this administration of Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu is focused on ensuring that all residents of Lagos State have access to quality, equitable and affordable health care regardless of their socio-cultural or economic status. Towards the attainment of the universal health coverage, UHC, in our state, this has necessitated the government to embark on building and the renewal of health facilities all around the state, and the continuous initiation and promotion of various intervention programs, which includes Lagos State Health Insurance Scheme, also known as Ilera Eko. There is no doubt that health insurance is new in Nigeria, but the journey of health insurance in Lagos State started over 6 years ago with the signing of the Lagos State Health Law in 2015, while access to care commenced in 2020. Basically, ladies and gentlemen, health insurance is a way of paying for medical bills and health care costs. Most people can't pay for all their health care out of pocket. Health insurance is therefore the way to go in making it easier to pay for your health care bills and help you get the care that you need.
Leaders here take turns to encourage the people to register for the health scheme.
We are in support of this program. I want to assure the organizers that we are ready to broadcast the programs for you. Yes, we are ready to broadcast the program for you. So once again, we appreciate His Excellency, the Governor of Lagos State, for deeming it fit and necessary to bring this health insurance scheme down to Alimosho local government. The health insurance scheme is a social health plan. It is a social health plan for all and sundry in Alimosho local government, and it is meant to give us an affordable health services and a healthy living in Alimosho local government. So once again, please let us seek the opportunity to benefit from this health insurance scheme.
We all have to patronize, we have to recognize it and make sure that we all register for health insurance. So what they brought to us today is a scheme that we all have to make sure that we patronize it and we all register for it.
There are those who have signed on to the scheme. A beneficiary shares her experience.
I got the information, tried to get in touch with the number given, and I paid the necessary money, which was 8,500 naira, because the youngest of my child is 35 years old now. So, and I have only a ward with me. So paying the money, I started enjoying the benefits right from the second month after. I love doing a comprehensive medical checkup once a year. All these were done without me paying extra money. The only extra money are the ones that the Lagos State could not cover, and I specially asked for them. So I enjoy the benefits of the health care insurance scheme of Lagos State. And I say a big thank you to the Lagos State government for bringing this to our grassroots, employing and enjoying most of it, and we are actually happy that it has come to Alimosho local government.
The state government promises that these and many more benefits await residents once they enroll in the Ilera Eco scheme.
The policy is for 1 year. So let's say you registered in April. By March of the following year, your plan has expired. So you start getting reminders. They'll be sending you SMSs to remind you that please, your policy is about to expire. Please go and pay again. It's a very simple thing. You just take your policy ID because it does not change. It's a lifetime policy number, and you make the payments based on the plan. You can choose to change your plan. Some people started with standard plan, and then they say they want to go on to the seniors plan. So you will now pay for the new plan using those details. So you have the option of either doing it online or doing it physically. We have divisional offices in all the 5 divisions. We also have kiosks spread across all of Lagos. We have a team of people within the community. We call them community-based enrollment officers who go into the markets, go into the churches and mosques and register people. So it's something that is already in the pipeline, and we are working on that.
So far, over 500,000 residents are registered under the health insurance scheme, and the Lagos State government says it will continue to sensitize the public to ensure everyone enjoys the healthcare package.
Now to housing project. The Lagos State Mortgage Board has held its 4th Stakeholders Forum on Maintenance and Safety at the Anthony Anahoro Housing Scheme, Ogba, where the General Manager of the State Mortgage Board, Mr. Bayowa Forsyth, educated beneficiaries of the scheme on the need to make their insurance payment promptly. Ogba is one of the areas where the Lagos Home Scheme is located in the state. The Anthony Anahoro Housing Estate was commissioned in 2015 during the administration of Governor Babatunde Fashola, an initiative designed to reduce the housing deficit in Lagos State. 6 years gone, beneficiaries of the scheme have taken ownership of their property.
You have to do something else away from the kitchen. Never wear loose clothes.
And the State Mortgage Board is here to educate them on maintenance, safety, as well as the process of repayment plan.
Your repayments is very, very key. Very important. No matter what the situation may be. And that is why we have brought these stakeholders to you. Though we understand that most residents here have probably 36, 40 months to go. You started a race. It is not the person who starts that race that is the winner. It's the one who ends that race. So suffice to say that whatever it is, challenges, my sister here mentioned NSAS, COVID-19, we understand all that. But it's important that every day you look at that property and look at what the government has done. You can't compare it, what we started in 2014 to what was obtainable before. Look at it. It's standing right in front of you. Everybody wants it. And there's obviously a deficit. The deficit is over 4 million. So I want you to guide it judiciously. You have the risk that is left is not that much. Whatever it is, everybody has their personal issues. It doesn't mean if you are missing out on 3 payments, 2 payments, you can't come and redeem it. You can. Even we have people who are obviously over the 3 months period. We call them, listen, come into our office, we cancel you. Because the economy, we understand. But what we want for you is the best. We don't want to come in here and say 3 months, we take you to arbitration and collect these houses. Because obviously, once we collect, you can't sell it at that price anymore. It's going to be more. But if you benefit from it, because some people at that time, it was 30%. Now we're doing the rent to own 5%. But 30%, you had to come up with that 30% of 10 million, of 17 million. It's so much. The other advice is also the issue of insurance. If you are making repayments and you are not paying insurance, it's as if you're just going to Third Mainland Bridge and throw your money into the lagoon. Because it's very, very key.
One crucial aspect of the scheme is insurance payment for the property, which is for a period of 10 years, and those in charge of the policy explains the need for prompt payment.
It is important to take insurance seriously, no matter how hard it bites. I know sometimes, of course, a lot of us would have felt, It's not easy, Jare. I'll be careful on the road. I just brought a car, I'll be careful. All these damn drivers, I know their routes. I will not pass their routes. I know that no matter how careful you may be, there are risks everywhere. There are risks everywhere. By the special grace of God, you will be full owners of these homes at the end of your 10 years. Don't say, well, I'm off Lagos Homes hooks. They will not be debiting my account again. Don't stop there. Be encouraged to continue. Be encouraged to continue because nobody knows.
Another vital issue touched is safety and fire prevention.
Wrong installation of gas cylinders. Cylinders are never meant to be in your apartment. Cylinders are meant to be outside your apartment. The reason is because fire does not start from cylinder. Fire starts from burner. And if you have your burner separated from your cylinder, in case of fire, you can quickly rush to where you have your valve and shut the supply of gas. To an extent, you have disarmed the fire. Unlike a situation where you have it right in the kitchen, you have no access to it, and you can't stop it from finding its way into the fire. That is more disastrous. Use of candle. You know, when I was much more younger, so many houses in Lagos were raised down by candle. And to me, I don't think it's no longer economical. Unlike the candle we have in the past, you can use one for 3 weeks, 1 month. But now, just one in the next 2-3 hours is gone. So it's no longer economical. And we have rechargeable lanterns, we have inverters, and those things that were not in existence in those days. So you can make use of any of them. Also, we discourage the use of boiling ring. The boiling ring, it doesn't have control. So anything that you can't control, you know, no one is above mistake. You can forget. But whatever you will forget and will cost you your property or what you have gotten with your hard-earned income, we tell you to do away without it. Also, fueling generator. You are encouraged not to fuel a working generator. A lot of us do that. For those of us who like football matches, African Magic, Telemundo, you don't want to miss any part. And you want to fuel a generator that is working. If you want to put on a generator, the first thing you do is you check the state of the fuel. If it's going to be sufficient for the period or for the hours you want to use it. If it's not sufficient, you top it up. Then, apart from that, I told us for fire to happen, 3 things must be present. If you want to fuel a generator, you're already carrying fuel. The exhaust of the generator, what is that? So where do we have oxygen? It's present in the air. You know, when you are fueling a generator, you only target the liquid content. PMS product are the kind of film that comes out like gas. If the film could just get to where you have your exhaust, it's going to result to fire. So that is the reason why you don't fuel a working generator. And in case you find yourself in a way where a strange alarm is being triggered, please leave the building immediately. Get to the reception, find out the situation of things, and don't return back to the room until the alarm is off. You use extinguisher with the acronym called PASS, P-A-S-S. P-A-S-S. The P stands for pull the pin. That is what is called the pin, the safety pin. If you have a safety pin there, if you press the extinguisher from today till tomorrow, the content will not discharge. So for you to use extinguisher, you pull the pin. You remove that pin. You remove that pin. And after that, aim at the seat of the fire. You don't fight flame and you don't fight smoke. If you fight flame and smoke, you exhaust the whole content of the extinguisher and the fire will still be there. Then after that, squeeze the lever. That handle where you are lifting from is referred to as the lever. So you press together for the contents to discharge. And after that, you sweep from side to side so that you can cover the whole of the fire.
Then a fire extinguisher drill in case of any ugly incident.
The husband was the first to pick this. Yes, direct. Yes. We want the last.
The general manager of the State Mortgage Board also used the opportunity to assure interested individuals of more housing schemes across the state.
So we have come here to let them know the importance of that repayment, the importance of repaying as at when due, the importance of insurance, the importance of making sure that the environment is very, very clean, sane enough for inhabitants. So basically, it's that message we have brought to them. And we made it very, very important to make them understand that the fact that these repayments are made gives other people opportunity to benefit from what the government is doing. For example, in the next couple of weeks, 480 units will be commissioned by Mr. Governor at Ikorodu, Ibeshe. We're looking forward to another 660 in Agbowa, Odonosa. We're also looking forward to 744 units in Shongotedo. All these payments goes into a dedicated account where the government will use, to make further constructions for the people. So we have actually come here to tell them and let them know that these payments are very important.
This is the fourth housing scheme visited by the Lagos State Mortgage Board, and government says it will continue to engage LRTs on maintenance and safety as more schemes will be rolled out for residents. The last segment of the program is on food production. Now, the Lagos State government, through the Ministry of Agriculture, has distributed 34 fibre boats to 680 fishermen to make their business a lot easier and help produce over 4,000 metric tons of fish annually.
This is the Agricultural Development Authority Complex, Okwaba Agege. The state government has brought together fishermen in the state to support them with equipment that will help improve their production. 680 of them under a cooperative body will be receiving 34 fiberglass boats with outboard engines and other fishing equipment.
I'm here to welcome you to this fantastic event, a concluding part of our agricultural value chain enterprise activation program, which was flagged off in July this year by Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu. We are here to witness the distribution of the fiber boats and outboard engines to beneficiaries, and maybe just say congratulations to the beneficiaries, because I know what is the investment of the state government on this particular aspect of the program.
The State Commissioner for Agriculture says the empowerment was done under the 2021 Agricultural Value Chain Enterprise Activation Program, inaugurated by Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu about 5 months ago to create jobs for the people.
Apart from the fact that they bring value to the Lagos State space, and considering the GDP contribution, in terms of the cultural angle that they bring to the table, I think that they would be one of the most favorable, particularly considering the coastal waters that we have, and looking at the competitive and comparative advantage that they bring to the table. We believe that in giving out these boats today, we should be creating over 2,000 jobs in both the upstream and downstream sectors of the artisanal fisheries chain, and hopefully to produce at least almost 5,000 tons of fish on an annual basis. So you can imagine that by increasing the fleet size by next year, this should double. You can now imagine that with more empowerment coming people's way for next year and in years to come, Lagos will definitely one day become food secure in the nearest future.
Each group, comprising 20 members, get a fishing boat for their business, and they express their gratitude.
We are very, very happy for what government's doing for us about our work. So we are a fisherman. So before you get the boats and the engine, so before you have it, you will suffer, because we don't have money to buy the engine, even though the boat. But you try, and you can't get it. But for what governor do for us, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, we are very, very happy. Our God will support him.
I have been coming to an empowerment program. I don't think there has ever been a time of empowering the youth. There is empowerment given to the fishermen, the artisanal fishermen, but there has never been an empowerment for the youth. And this is a very great opportunity for me and my group. So, and the boat they are giving to us is not as the one we are using, like the wood boat they gave to us, we are using before. This one is a fiber glass boat with a 30 horsepower machine, 4-stroke.
The commissioner also says government will carry out a routine check on the fishermen to ensure that the boats are used for the right purpose.
When a father has kids, even after paying school fees and making sure that they have all that they will require,
The father and the mother still have to make sure that those kids do well in school. They monitor their homework, they monitor how often they attend classes and things like that. So for us in the Ministry of Agriculture, Lagos State, it's not enough to hand over these tools to the beneficiaries. In partnership with EcoBank and Old Mutual Insurance, there will be adequate follow-up to ensure that these youth also utilizes facilities very well, this implement. And we will be doing massive follow-up every month to ensure that they are utilizing these boats to the full potential. So for the beneficiaries that have been handpicked by their own association, not handpicked by us, we are hoping that the Fishermen Association also would do the due diligence to ensure that they utilize it well.
These fish farmers are expected to help produce over 4,000 metric tons of fish annually, and the Lagos State government says it will continue to support residents in the agricultural sector to boost food production in the state.
So this is where we call it today on this edition of the program Dateline Lagos. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'm Ayo Tunde Balogun. Until we come your way again next time, please stay safe.